Hello, hello. How are y'all doing? So tonight we're going to be doing strawberries. How many of you are ready for summer to get here so we can get out of our houses? And so strawberries makes me think of summer. So I thought it would be fun to do something summery. And I have this awesome ribbon that matches it. Look, check it out. So it's got the black and white. I love it. It was fun creating. So y'all doing okay tonight? I know I'm like a minute or two early, so we'll let everybody catch up with us. Okay. So all of my mesh is going to be cut at 30 inches. And all the ribbons at 12. You know, I like consistency. Alright, so let me show you the mesh. So we have this black and white, and it has a little line of red in it. Can you see the little line of red? It's not very obvious, but it's a little obvious. Hello. And then we have red. So just metallic red. So I thought this would be fun to do. Let me show you the ribbons. Because I jumped on before Owl, so we'll give her a second to catch up. Alright, so this is the strawberry ribbon. And then we have the little black and white gingham to go with it. Because this is very similar to that. And then we have, y'all, I love this. It's red and white gingham with the little black polka dots. And then I love this. It's red with like splatter white dots on it. So, I think it's fun. Right? Thank you, me too. I love it. Alright. I don't know why it's saying. Well, doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to open the bottom ties. Then we'll get started. So this is a 15-inch work wreath. And so it has 10 ties on the bottom and 8 ties on the top. And it's an elevated base. So you can see how the top is up and inside from the bottom. Alright. And it's tinsel ties. Alright, so let me zoom in here. Okay. I'm good, how are you? Alright, so we're just going to alternate with this one. I know last time we did like black on the bottom and red on the top. And I thought about that, but I kind of like, I want to like, you know, mix them. How are y'all doing tonight? There's Al. I know I went on like a little bit early. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to do ruffles. So we just lay it flat and go right up the center. Just like that. Making a little dam with our hands. So we get our bow tie. One thing I want you to remember about ruffles is they may not be perfect. You may have some where it's going to move a little bit. If you have too much, make sure you're putting something heavy at the other end to hold it while you're ruffling, and use your whole hand. Don't just go up the center like this, because if you do that and you're not used to it, it's going to go back and forth. So use your whole hand. You're going to keep your thumb steady and just move it into your thumb. Okay? Alright. So let's get our ribbons out, because we like to be efficient. so in the red, we're going to put the two reds together. So I just fold them in half, pinch in the center, and fold them over. Okay, then we'll put them in and spread them out. So you can either do like this, where you have your ribbons kind of one ribbon down here, one ribbon up here, or you can mix them. Just kind of depends on what you like. Alright, so for the black and white with the little red in it, we're going to put this. Because that red that's in here is going to be picked up on this. So I want the black and white to be picked up by the ribbons. Okay. Now I am spreading them out like that. Okay. What you doing, Belly? Getting your bed straight? Daddy's already been out here to pick her up. So she has to get all comfortable again. Okay. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we're ruffling both ends up. Okay. Then we'll do our ribbons. And right in they go. So y'all, Carolina Pottery reopened this week. I am dying to go over there, but I don't know. Isn't that funny? I'm really dying to get out of the house. But my dad has surgery on Friday, so I'm kind of nervous about going somewhere where I might bring something home. So I guess I'm going to be waiting. Okay, so you see this? It is not perfectly straight on the edge, and that's totally normal. So don't panic if it doesn't look totally straight on the edge. Some mesh will look that way, and some mesh will not. But once you get it pulled up and ruffled, you're not really going to be able to tell. So the thinner the mesh, the more it's going to swing back and forth. So just keep that in mind. And I'm saying this because I got an email from someone earlier in the week about it. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. Okay. And I'm leaving the ties on because we may put a little something something in them. So I'm going to leave them open in case I decide to do that. Okay. Okay. Right up the center. Alrighty. So this is so weird. So here in South Carolina, they came out and started opening certain businesses, like craft stores. And then the next day, they came out and closed school for the rest of the year. I just find that so bizarre. Do y'all think that's bizarre? Oh no, you didn't have internet for 2 hours? Yeah, it's been weird today. Mine's been weird today too. Okay. That ribbon likes to come over and grab my mesh. Alrighty. There we go. These ribbons are curling already. I haven't even touched them. That's pretty nice though. I can live with that. You get, so someone asked how many 30-inch rolls you get in a roll. In a 10-yard roll, you get 12. Okay, so if you're going to do 20 inches, you'll get 18. If you're going to do 30, you'll get 12. And of course, if you do 10, you're going to get 30. So. Okay. You just got to do that lovely little conversion of inches to yards. And then you can figure it out. And it's mostly because I'm a math person. I'm just, well, obviously, I'm an accountant, so math is kind of what we like. Right? Although I do like ribbon and mesh a little bit more than that. Especially ribbon. Love ribbon. Okay. Okay. I tell you what I wish they would open up is the diet centers, because oh Lord, I gotta stop all this eating. So I have 4 different ribbons. They're all cut at 12 inches. So I have 9 of each ribbon. That way I have 2 in each tie. See, I'm going to get excited in a minute. We're talking numbers. So there's 36 because you're going to put 2 in each tie. So remember there are 10 ties on the bottom and there's 8 ties on top, so 18. Oh, awesome. You were a tax professional. I'm a CPA. I'm not doing taxes anymore except for, of course, my own. Just because it's too hard to do all this and that too. So, yeah, I did it. I did it for about 20 years. But I did taxes probably for, I don't know, maybe 10, but then I was in healthcare for a really long time. So no more personal tax returns, just 990s, which are so much fun. Not really. How cute! See, it's just like varied. Do I have any ideas for a derby wreath? Oh. You know, one of my members did a derby wreath. I'll have to find out where she got that thing from. Maybe we could get one. Okay, so we got the bottom done. So you see why I put the black and white with the red, because I don't want to lose the black and white because it's so easy for the red to take over. Alright, so we're gonna open up the top. Okay. Then we're gonna start on the top. When we lived in Albany, where I grew up, my parents had friends who were very into the derby, and they would invite people over and they'd have a big derby party. That was fun. Here where I live now, it's a big deal. They have a big derby party here. I've never been to it, but I have a lot of friends that have gone to it. Dirty. That's funny. That's so funny. And if y'all are wondering about the flip-flop kit, I know that my parents can tell you that it is currently being worked on because they're up to their eyeballs in ribbon as we are getting the kits together. So they're going out this week. And I have the other two kits on the way. They're very close to selling out. But I ordered it yesterday. So. They should be here next week. And we can work on that one. Or those two. So I used one roll of the black and white and one of the red. Not the whole thing. So we'll probably save these so we can do a wreath with the leftovers. Right? We'll do one of those pixie wreaths or something with the leftovers. Right now, the kits that I have is a blueberry one and a ladybug one. And I'm trying to see if I can do the sunflower one that everyone liked. So I'm working on that one. And then probably patriotic will be next. It's a good time for patriotic. What kind of stuff are y'all working on? Before you know it, we'll be back to working on fall again. Whew. Time goes so fast. Yes, yes they are very addicting. The ribbon and the mesh. You are so right. Okay, so I'm making sure it's not squashing the bottom. And that it's ruffling against each other. Okay. Cut that little piece off. So this is actually one of my signs that's in my shop. A grapevine and deco mesh. Would y'all like me to do a grapevine kit? Honestly, never thought about it. I show grapevines to my group a lot. swag a couple years ago. I thought about doing another one of those. Those are fun. Alright, let's do these 2 ribbons. Yes. Oh. Okay. Let me see what I can come up with. See what happens when I talk too much and I'm not paying attention? I lose where I'm at. Yes, swag. With truck. That I can do. Oh, here, let's put this in the middle. Okay. There we go. Make sure we're not squashing down here. Okay. Okay. Sounds like a helicopter outside. It is. Okay. There we go. Whoop. I love grapevines too. We do a lot of grapevines and we do a lot of floral arrangements. I love those too. Like we did a wildflower in this little, like little rustic wagon. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. That was fun. I had fun doing that. Y'all know I get excited. I like it. I can't hide it if I really like it. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. That one wanted to be weird. So we just had to mess with it for a minute. Sometimes those ribbons think they're in charge. You just have to show them they're not. Okay. Let's ruffle both sides since it's the last one. Make sure we're not squashing the bottom. Sometimes these things get stuck on each other, the mesh. So you just kind of have to move it around a little and it'll let go. Okay. See how full they get? I want to tell you what's funny is I got about that same size box from Sims today. About Christmas tree size. Yep. I sure did. And I haven't had a chance to open it yet. I currently have 2 boxes downstairs from Sims. I should drag them up here and then open them for y'all. A gardening wreath. Okay. That would be fun. Alrighty. So we got the basics done. So you can see how it looks. See, the black and white doesn't stand out a bunch, and there's a reason for that. So we wouldn't want it to take over, or else we wouldn't be able to see our sign. It will blend in because the sign has the black and white in it. Alright, let's see. There's my hole punch. So when you're doing these signs, you can do them a couple of different ways. You can either punch at the top and the bottom. So if you're going to put it right in the middle, top and the bottom is fine. If you're going to do it on the sides, I tend to like to do all 4 corners. So let's see. Let's try doing it right in the middle. So we'll do one at the top, one at the bottom. And I need to order some more of my another paddle because I'm getting low. What in the world? Oh, look here. Over there. Alright, so I'm going to use my 26 gauge silver wire so it won't be seen. Okay. I wish I had some strawberries, but Hobby Lobby's closed, so I couldn't go get any. That would have been so cute in this. Alright. So, here we go. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm just going to move my 2 mesh aside, and I'm going to put 1 wire on one side of the frame and 1 wire on the other side so that it is actually tying down to the frame. But I'm not going to go in between where my tie is because I want it to be in the middle. Alright, so see, I just move these aside and go right to the frame. And then I'll move them back and it'll keep this sign from sinking in. And it'll help me cover where that wire is. Okay. Alrighty. So, here's where I tied it, right there. And then I'll just take it and tie it around the frame a little bit more, and then I'll cut off the excess. Unbox live. Okay, I'll have to do that maybe Friday when I get back from the hospital. I can do it though, because I haven't even opened the box yet. Okay. And y'all can see exactly how crazy I've gotten with my shopping since I'm stuck at home. No, my signs don't come pre-holes, but I do sell these in my shop for very inexpensive. I think they're like $8, something like that. Okay. So we got this part done. It's on there good. See that? Alright, so let's do a bow. Because you know we have to do a bow. Whether we're going to put it in here or not, there has to be a bow. Let's do the bow dabra today. I've had some questions about this lately. So let's do it with this. So imagine that the bow dabra is exactly like the Pro Bow. So you see the similarity? This right here is the same as this, which is also the same as this. Okay, can you see? All three are the same. The only difference is these have the marks on them. The difference with this one is you can change this. Okay, that's the only difference. So, I'm telling you that because if you can afford the Bodabra and you can't afford one of those other ones, then get the Bodabra. Alright, here we go. I know, the wreaths are always full. Okay, so we're going to dovetail it. Alright, so all that does is give it a nice little cut edge. Alright, and we probably have about, what, 6 inches? 8. Okay, so 8 inches. Now this is what we're going to do. Alright, let's just throw this on the floor. We're going to take this, and we're going to go to the 12, and we're going to go to the 0, and we're going to pinch where the 0 is, and we're going to pinch it right in our fingers. I'm not twisting. Alright, then I'm going to go from the 0 to the 12, and I'm going to pull it across and pinch. Okay, did you see that? No twisting. Alright, so this is a hand bow. So you just put your hand right there. So you put it in your finger and your thumb, and then this loop becomes your guide. Okay, so I just go and find the same size loop. I'm just sticking it in my hand. It's not above or below the other one. So on the ugly side, you pull across like that. On the pretty side, you pull under. That's it. That's as complicated as it gets. This is, as far as bow making goes, this is one of the easiest bows to learn because there's no twisting. Okay, all you're doing is just twisting it in your hand. Okay, so we can dovetail that one. This is the kind of bow that you're going to want to make. Let me make sure these look the same. I think I kind of pulled it over too. There we go. Alright. Make sure when you put it down that you put it down where your hand was. Okay, with this one, we can just use what's in here as a guide. Okay? Okay, so this time we're going to twist. Alright, so you twist it, you place it down. So you're twisting so you can take that ugly side and bring it back around to get to the pretty side. Okay, so I'm just using the ribbon, the little loops that are already here, to measure. Okay, so I just want to do 2 of them because I did 3 before. Just like that. And I'm twisting when I get to the center. Just like that. Alright, and then I'll just trim it off. Dovetail it. Don't worry if it's kind of flipping up a little bit. As long as it doesn't come completely out of the bow maker, you're fine. Alright. Let's do this one. Okay. So same thing. I'm going to put it in, except we're going to do 1 loop. Okay. Just the one. I am twisting it, but on this second one, so when you're done and you're going to cut your tail, you don't twist that time. Because see, if you twisted, what would happen is your tail would be upside down. So on the last one, you don't twist. You just pull it across. So let's put some of this in. So I'm just going to do one loop with this. I just want to finish with it. We'll make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Trim it off. Alright. I like to use zip ties with mine. And the reason I really like zip ties is because it hurts my hands to try to get it too tight. So I like using zip ties because it will do the work for me. So you just lift the whole thing up. Make sure you're under everything. Start it. You just have to get it started. So when you pull it out, you can easily see where the center is. You just move your zip tie over and start to tighten it. Don't tighten it completely, but a pretty good amount. And then you can kind of loosely move it around. Okay. So you want you have 3 here, so you want these 2 in between it and then the one in between that, and I want this one to be kind of smack dab in the middle. Alright, so then I'll pull out some of my tinsel rope here. I'm going to run it through the back, and then I'm going to tighten it. And I mean, I'm going to tighten it as much as I can. As much as my hands will let me. So that's the thing, right? If your hands hurt you, it can be hard. All right, now let's talk about fluffing for a second, because I think that's where a lot of people struggle, right? So the ideal thing with the fluffing is you break that. So if you see right here, you see how this is kind of folded up in here? If you take this and move it around a little, you'll see how you're able to fluff it up, okay? So just move it back and forth, just like that. Don't be afraid to do that. That's why you tie it so tight. And then when you do that, then your loops will pop up and they'll stay in place, okay? It's easier to move them where you want them to go, and you're kind of just pulling on it and twisting and fluffing all at the same time. So that way I can make sure it's going to go exactly where I want it to. So you see, it doesn't look that different, it's just fluffed. Then you just want to curl the ends. Curl, curl. Like that. Awesome! I love bows. Bows are like my favorite. However, I didn't start out good at bows, so don't feel stressed. Oh, thank you, Ginger. Okay, so now I will cut off. So I leave this on because it helps me to have something to hold on to fluff it. If you need a fluff box, by all means, make yourself a fluff box. It just needs to be a heavy box with a little hook and a little nail on it. Alright, so now you can see the bow dabber works just like the other two. So there's no difference in my bows on any of them. Okay? Alright. Now, let's see if we should add a little something extra. Well, I dropped it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we have this. Alright, we have our bow. So we could put our bow down at the bottom. We could put it at the top, but I think it's going to kind of cover it, or we could just leave it separate. So in this one, we'll probably leave it separate because I did put it right in the middle. Thank you. Okay, so let's do this. So this is super cute. just like it is. So you could stop right here and be done. If you wanted to kind of take it up just a little bit. Alright, so this has little white flowers, little delicate like daisy-like flowers on here. It's also on the sign. So I did design the sign to match the ribbon, in case you're wondering. So we can take these little white flowers and cut some off and just add them in here and there. Okay. I like to push the greenery up because it kind of gives a little bit more impact. So if I have several, I try to space them out. Sometimes if I don't like the leaves, I'll just take them off and leave the flower. Just depends. I think these leaves are okay. And y'all be careful when you're pushing these up, because people in my group can tell you I get excited and I push too hard and then I push it off. I do it all the time. So if that happens to you, don't stress out, because I do it all the time. So these came from Greenery Market. So see how cute they are? And so what you can do is you can just add them in and add a little bit of accent. So what I do, if I'm going to do that, is I'm going to hook it just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my tie and I'm going to kind of bend it down, make a little place I can put that hook in. Then I'll take this hook, I'll run it in my glue, and I'm going to push it into that hook. Okay, just like that. And in a minute, when it's a little bit cooler, I'm going to push that little tie down and make sure it's in there. Alright, so like that. So you don't want too much and you don't want, I know, y'all just have to laugh at me because I laugh at myself. You should. Okay, here we go. So make our little hooky thing. See our little hooky thing right there. Take our little hook we made, run it in the glue, and just put it right down in that hook. And then we're going to let little Mr. Thing do our work, because we don't really want to burn our fingers, because that hurts. Doesn't it? That stinks. Cece can tell you. We need to get her to get a glue pot. Alright, so I just make a little circle and then I kind of bend it over like that. I'm just kind of going at the 4 points. Like that. Okay, and then we can just kind of plop it in there and then push that down. So what you're doing is you're making sure that it's gonna adhere, because these ties, buddy, they will take glue like nobody's business. So you got to make sure it comes in contact. So I just use the box of glue from Amazon. And dog if I know what the brand is. It's something like Sure Bonder, but hold on, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. Push it down in there. There we go. Okay. It comes and sticks like this. Alright, it doesn't say much on it except USA glue stick. And I take this whole thing and I put it in my very exciting the Walmart electric skillet. Plop right in there and it will melt in no time flat. Make sure you keep those things as low as you can have it with the glue melted. Because the worst thing is to get it on yourself, because that hurts. That hurts bad. Okay. So I just put it where the strawberry ribbon was. So we're going to do that on the bottom too. See, if I had strawberries, I'd put them in with the red. But unfortunately, they're in my warehouse. And I didn't have time to go there. and I haven't been able to go to Hobby Lobby, so we're just kind of out of luck. Alright, so see what I do. I just take it, just kind of fold it over like that, and then squish it down so that there's a little hole there. And then I take this, make a little hook, get glue on that hook, and place it right inside there. And then I just push it down, make sure that it caught it. Electric skillet, yep. Y'all, I'm just going to tell you that the glue pots are just electric skillets. So, don't waste your money. These things work great. You can also use, I've heard several people use the slow cookers. I haven't personally tried that, but I've heard that they work just the same. So if you have like an old one or something, I don't think you'd want to use it if it was expensive or something, but you know. Yeah, the reason that I got mine, I did get one of the larger ones, is because the glue, you can go through the glue pretty quickly. And so by having a larger one, I can put more sticks in at a time, and I don't have to keep loading it as often. So when I'm working on something, I don't have to stop to keep loading my glue. So that's why I use the larger one. And I just put, you can put like, I have tempered glass under mine, you know, like a cutting board. You can put like a tile. So tiles are great for those because they're already rated for heat. So just make sure you do that so you don't burn your table. And don't touch the base because it will burn the snot out of you. I learned that the hard way too, y'all. Okay. We got them on. Oh, you have a dip sauce one. Cool. Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's doing great. She's doing really great. She's all healed. Her hair's even starting to grow back in. So, and it's all nice and flat. That's where the little tumor was. We still haven't heard anything, so I'm guessing that means that she's fine. All right. Oh, let me show you this before we go. I also like to do this to the bow because we can. Let's just add a little something, something in the bow. Wanna? Alright, so I don't want to put so much in one. So what I'll do, this is a little trick. So you can take another one that you've used before, put it on there, put a little dab of glue on there, and it'll keep it from falling off. Okay. Just move that leaf down. And then we have two instead of just the one. See, that little glue will dry and it'll keep it from falling off. And then we can put a little glue on it. And when you're gluing it right in between your ribbons. And it's fun to decorate up your bows. They like to be decorated just like everything else. I don't know. Let's see. We could put just a little bit of this in it. This is one of my favorite greenery pieces right now. Okay. So we'll just kind of, it's great to kind of put some in your bow so that it's almost like the bow is a part of whatever you're making. See, we just put a few pieces in there and already it looks cute. No more cone of shame. I know, right? I told my husband, I said, if she ever has to do anything else, ever, we're going to take our own cone that we bought, because that one that they gave her was like 3 times the size of her head. Poor baby. She was a happy camper that day. Thank you. I know my mom told me earlier that my hair was looking like her hair. She has the white hair. I don't mind that. I like her hair. I think she has pretty hair. Alright, so we can kind of spread this out a little so it's not just all... See? I do these kind of bows for my mom. We put them at the end of the stairway. I know, I'm like, I got so excited when they said they were going to reopen businesses. I was like, tell me the hair salons is in that. And he was like, no. I was like, really? Yep. You did? Woo woo! You made your first Etsy sale today? Awesome! Congratulations! That is very exciting. That is exciting. You know, oh, so this is what happened, Kathy. So they had told me when we were at the vet, or when the doctor called me on my cell phone, because that's how we communicated the day she got her surgery done, because, you know, COVID was already going on. So he said, you can take her stitches out at home. And I was like, if you say so. So when the day came, I called the vet's office and I said, he had said he wanted me to send him a picture so he could look at it beforehand. And so I called the nurse and I was like, what am I supposed to do? I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. And she said, if you'll come over right now, we'll take the stitches. We'll come out in the parking lot and take stitches out. I said, okay. So Carson and I drove Bella over there, and 2 assistants came out all geared up, and we had to get Bella out of the car, which was no small feat. And they just, one held her and the other one snipped the stitches, and I mean, it was like nothing. It was just like snip, 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 snip. They were done. So I'm so glad that they did it on me, because I was very, very paranoid about that. Yes, you do. You got to set your Etsy up. Yeah. Yeah, Zooms are always fun. Yeah. So. Yeah, it was actually the little vet, you know, the little vet assistant people. It was a couple of his girls, and they're really good with the dogs, so they did. They did totally great. So, all right, that's awesome. We're done. So here it is again. So you can see we just put the little flowers where our strawberry ribbon is that has the coordinating flower. And then we have the little coordinating on our sign and our little coordinating bow. Coordinating, coordinating. You have a question before joining the business group. Shoot. Go ahead. What can I answer? Tomorrow is at, what time do we say? Was it 5 o'clock? I think it's 5 o'clock. Yeah. You can get slow cookers and electric skillets at yard sales. Absolutely. Beautiful unboxing on Friday, yes. Absolutely. No. You don't need a name before you join. As a matter of fact, we have a few who are still trying to figure out their names. And you can join whenever you're ready. You don't have to have your name or any of that set up first. And we can help you if you're struggling with a name. So, yeah. I think we're going to do a Zoom so I can show them some stuff. No, Chris, you don't have to wait. You can Join whenever you're ready. You don't have to have your business name yet. We have people who are at the very beginning who have done nothing, and we have people who have been in business for a long time. So it's kind of all along the scale, all along the gamut. And all are welcome. So, not something you have to stress about. Yeah, it took Susan a long time to figure it out, but she did. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Oh, I forgot to show somebody asked earlier. Okay, so these are the 2 kits that are in my shop right now. I know there's certainly not very many left of this one. There's a few left of this one. It has the royal blue and the lime green mesh. And this one has a white and black mesh and a red and black mesh. They both have coordinating ribbons. And the flip-flop we are actually packing up this week. So, yep. Thank you. So a Zoom call is where we all join a call together and with a number, like a join number, and you can see me and I can see you and we can talk to each other directly. They're fun. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Oh, hi Charlie and Sophia. Good night. There is nothing wrong with taking your time learning. That does not mean you're a slow learner. I keep telling you that, Johnny. It does not mean you're a slow learner. It just means that it's new to you. That's all that means. Okay? So that's not something we stress about. Right? Right. All right, y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll come on sometime on Friday and show y'all what I got from Sims, because I need to stop shopping there. It's just getting ridiculous. I don't have anything else to do. Well, that's not true. Yes, you do have to belong to one of my groups to do the Zoom calls. Yep. But they're fun. They are fun. They're a lot of fun. So, alright, and all my sales, all my groups are on sale right now, so we'll be ending that pretty soon. So if you're thinking about it, definitely do it while they're on sale. Okay? Alright, y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys in just a couple days, okay? Thank y'all for joining me. Bye, y'all.